Together, growing in faith, changing communities.
Igama likayise benendodana nomoya ocibileyo. Amen. Thandwa zami, namhlanje ngiyafisa ukuba sibuke izwi likaNkulunkulu, ivangeli likaJohannes. I'd like us to reflect on the Gospel of John chapter 11 from verse 17 right up to verse 33. I'd like us to look at the Gospel of John chapter 11 from verse 17. This is the background here, dear friends, that Jesus had been away, and a messenger comes and tells Jesus that your friend Lazarus is dead, or Lazarus is sick to the point of death. Nkosi omthandayo uyagula, Nkosi uLazarus useyashona. And so in verse 17, now when Jesus came, he found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. uJesu has lost a friend. He had lost someone very dear to him in his heart. He was told a message that your friend is sick. And now, on his way, it took him a little bit longer than anticipated. And they did not wait for him. Or they had probably, but it was too much. And then they had to bury Lazarus. So he had been in the tomb for days. It's something that I would like us to talk about those who never got a chance to say goodbye to their loved ones, about those who never had a chance to say goodbye to their families, to their friends, to their spouse. Ukufa kwesinye isikhathi kulinuku. Ukufa kwesinye isikhathi kufika ngesikhathi singalindele. Uthola ukuthi kuzozuma. Uthola ukuthi thina besingazi ukuthi usibanibani usegulela ukuthi usezoshona. Umuzwa omunye umuntu ethi awukodwa Nkosi awusinikanga nanethuba lokuthi simnakekele. Angilitholanga nethuba lokuthi uma ngimyise ezibhedlela, ngimphendule, ngimbone egula phambi kwami, ngidelise ngaye. Khona lento ebalekile ithandwa zami engifisa ukuba singayikhohlwa. The realization ukuthi singafa nominini. Ukuthi sivukile ekseni, lokho akusho ukuthi nantambama sizobuya sisaphelele. Lento ngiyibuka isipho ekumele singasithathi ngokuthi sisijwayele. This is a gift that we must always treasure it, never take it for granted. The reality that we still have each other. And so there are basic principles that most of us learned growing up as children. Never leave home angry. Never leave home kunabantu ongakhulumisani nabo. Because there is no guarantee ukuthi ngizobuya ekhaya. There's also no guarantee ukuthi ngizobafica nabo babuye bezekhaya. Yabona, one of the saddest things about death, it's a realization that we are not in charge of our lives. It's also a realization that this could be my last, your last day. And so live every day as a gift. And sizame ngakho konke okusempilweni zethu, okusemandleni ethu, ukumbonga uNkulunkulu, nokuba siphilisane ngokuthula nangokuzwana nangenqubekela phambili. I am not saying ukuthi singaba nama misunderstandings. I'm not saying ukuthi singabi nama arguments. I'm not saying ukuthi singa confronti iqiniso. Kodwa whatever we do, I think it must always be done in the spirit of love. Never to be spiteful, but must always be done in the spirit of love. Ukuthi sengiyaphuma namhlanje, sengiya emsebenzini, sengiya esikoleni, whatever I'm going to do. Manginale attitude yokumbonga uNkulunkulu, then also I must embrace this grace yokuba at peace within myself and with everyone else. I think sandwa zami enye into ebuye isihluphe njengabantu ilento yokuphila impilo athi umuntu vele mina anginendaba. Ya, mhlambe musa ingane ungasho njalo. Uthi we anginendaba mina ngizophila nabaphila nami, ngizohleka nabahleka nami, angincenge umuntu. Kodwa as you grow older empilweni, and as you start realizing the gifts uNkulunkulu asinikeza zona nempilo esiba yiyona, you realize ukuthi khona ezinye izinto okufanele uyihloniphe. Ukudinwa nokusebenzisa ama emotions uncritically kwingozi. Ngoba ithandwa zami ngihlezi ngicabanga nje ukuthi uma wena ke njengomndeni o njengelunga lomndeni o njengenhloko yakuleli khaya usu alienate every other person from wena nezingane nabo bonke abantu, seniphila impilo yeni nodwa laphana, uyakhohlwa yini ukuthi abantwana bakho bazowudinga umndeni? Abantwana bakho bazobadinga abanye abantu. Nawe mhlambe futhi uqobo lwakho uyabona, ngeke ngithi mina kwesinye isikhathi uNkulunkulu olunye uhlobo lomuntu. Maybe at the moment I'm strong and I'm able and I can afford. Kodwa kuzofika isikhathi la mhlawumbe amandla ezongiphelela. Ila ozwa khona abanye abantu sebethi ayungasitsheli thina ngosibanibani. Wathi usibanibane nakho konke wangasazi nanokuthi singobani. Ngeke ngibone mina kuukuthi akuve kuyingozi ukuyitshela ukuthi yabona ke labantu abami sesiphelele. Uyabona ke la inhliziyo yami sengiphelele, akusekho omunye umuntu. Akulona iqiniso lelo, ngoba ukube kwakuliqiniso uNkulunkulu wengeke akudale phakathi kwabantu, phakathi kwemindeni, phakathi kwemphakathi. uNkulunkulu wayeyokudala akubeke esiqiwini uhlale wedwa kanye nezilwane. Uyabona ithandwa zami, khona lento engozi ekumele siyibalekele. Impakamo ifika ngegaba eziningi ezahlukene. Namhlanje we are reflecting on John chapter 11 verse 17 to 33. But the point that I want to sit on at the moment, it's Jesus who comes and John has already been buried for days. No time for goodbyes. No time to ukulungisa izinto, to settle things and accounts. And kwesinye isikhathi ukufa kuyazuma. Kodwa kwesinye isikhathi kunezinto esingayigwema. There's a lot of heartache we can prevent. Kunezimo ekumele sifunde ezisikhula empilweni ukuthi ashiyi abanye abantu nemthwalo edalwe ithina. Ashiyi abantwana bethu nenkinga edalwe ithina. uJesu ufika 4 days later and Lazarus is dead. I also want to bring in another element in this. The element of guilt. Kunabantu who never really get a chance of burying their loved ones. And maningi ama reasons. kodwa khona lena othola umuntu uzothi wabhunguka akasayi ekhaya, akasahlali nomndeni wakhe, ubuya esexoxela ukuthi hey osibanibani sebashona, osibanibani kwenze ukuthi kubona. Thandwa zami, uNkulunkulu wayengeka lenza iphutha lokuthi mina ngizalwe usibanibani nosibanibani. uNkulunkulu wayengeka lenza iphutha. It was never a mistake that you should be born out of these parents, that you should be born in this family. Kwesinye isikhathi uma sesizibona sesingcono kunemindeni yethu, sesizibona sesibakhulu kunemindeni yethu, asokhohlwa ukuthi ubani osibeke khona. It was not our intelligence. It was not by election. It was not by voting. It was by God's grace. uNkulunkulu yena owasihlelela lomndeni. uNkulunkulu yena owasinikeza labantu mina namhlanje esengiyibona ngingcono kunabo. Now let's move to verse 18. Bethany was near Jerusalem, about 2 miles off. So Jesus would have been able to do this. Now, verse 19, and many of the Jews had come to Martha and Mary to console them concerning their brother. So when Martha heard that Jesus was coming, she went and met him, but Mary remained seated in the house. Martha said to Jesus, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. Kunezinto ezimbalwa engifisa ukuzibuka from verse 18 to verse 21. Jerusalem and Bethany are only 2 miles apart. And some of the Jews come to console Martha no Maria upon the loss of their brother. And so there is this supporting structure. There is this system that helps them to cope with grief, with pain, with loss, and every other thing. And I want to thank God for such a system in Martha and Mary's life. And I would like us to look into our own lives and say, do I have that system in my life? Do I have abantu abakwazi ukuba nami in times of need? Do I have abantu abakwazi ukungisiza in times of loss? And we all need to somehow get this system in place. Ukuthi bakhona abantu engaziyo ukuthi makuthiwa nje manje sekwenzeka le tragedy, if ngimfonela usibanibani, I know for a fact ukuthi usibanibani will be here. Yabona mase nekuthiwa kunento eyenzeka njengamanje, I know for a fact mangifonela usibanibani nosibanibani, I know ukuthi bazobe sebela. At least you can give them the next 30 minutes, they will be here. And siyabadinga abantu abanjalo. Yabona ithandwa zami, the danger is when I say to myself, I don't need people like that. That's a lie. It is a spiritual lie. And I'm denying myself of the reality. It is not good for a person to be alone. We are made to be relational beings. We are made to be in relations. uNkulunkulu wasidala azi ukuthi siyadingana singabantu. Ukuthi sagileka, salimala, that was not the original plan. Ukuthi ngiyabasaba abantu, ukuthi abantu bayagilana, that was not the plan of God. And so we need this structure. And it is a healthy structure. In good times and in bad. In sickness and in health. We have these people that we are able to celebrate with. That we are able to stand with. That are able to be part of our lives. That's what God has created us for and to be. And that's what a healthy family is supposed to be. That's what a healthy person is supposed to be. To realize ukuthi you are not alone in this. Makhona into oyidingayo, makhona abantu ofuna ukuthi bakhulise. This is what God had already planned. Now, I'm fascinated by the fact that the Jews had come to console Martha and Mary. And Martha, upon hearing that Jesus is around, she leaves Mary in the house and she runs out to meet Jesus. And when she runs out to meet Jesus, one will wonder and say, ngazi kwakwenzakalani engqondweni yakhe. Kodwa when Jesus comes, Mary breaks down. Maybe she was strong in the house. Maybe she had everything intact in the house. But the moment she sees Jesus and she breaks down and she is vulnerable, but she becomes more real. And there's an aspect in her life that realizes I don't have to pretend anymore. That's the word for today. I don't have to pretend anymore. In the presence of someone you love, you once realized that I don't have to pretend anymore. Mase ngibona lo muntu engimthandayo, engimaziyo, it's a greater realization. I don't have to pretend anymore. I don't have to be someone else anymore. I don't have to tell them everything is fine if it's not fine. In the midst of difficulties, but in the presence of absolute unconditional love, I don't have to pretend anymore. Sikisidingo sokuba ngibe umuntu ongeyena. In my prayers, I don't have to pretend anymore. Maybe in front of the kids, I must show this strong face that everything is okay. Maybe in the presence of the kids, I must just say to them, no bantabami ukhuleka imali hambe esikoleni wena ngizoyikhokha ayima ukuthi kunokuthi tshele bangifonele mina. I don't have to pretend anymore. Mase ngihleli noNkulunkulu. I can tell him ukuthi Nkosi akuhlangani. Nkosi amandla ayaphela. Lord, I don't know what else to do. Because ithandwa zami, sometimes as we pretend in life, we may forget that we are still pretending and we may lose who we are. but in the presence of someone we love, in the presence of God, in the presence of a good friend, of a parent, of a sibling, of a child, you soon realize, I don't need to pretend anymore. And that's what Martha does. She breaks down, she cries, and she's able to say, this is where I'm at. She's able to say, this is me. She's able to say, this is my pain. She's able to say, this is my hurt. Kubuhlungu lana. I don't have to pretend anymore. I don't have the energy to do it. And I don't need to do it anymore because I'm in the presence of someone I love, of someone who loves me. And that is a healing experience. To know that in the presence of so and so, I don't have to be someone else but myself. That's what Martha does. And she says to Jesus, this is me. She says to Jesus, this is my reality. And she utters words that are so painful. Asika enhlizweni. Lord, if you had been here, my brother will not have died. Kosi ukuba ubula, umne wethu ngabe akafanga. Now you sin and you realize the pain, the hurt that Martha is carrying in her heart. And kwesinye isikhathi we do not know the pain and the hurt that people carry in their heart because they buckle a lot of things inside. Just because someone is quiet, just because someone doesn't share, just because someone walks away, it doesn't always mean they are okay. It doesn't always mean the center is holding. Thandazami, there's so much that is going on in people's lives that we have no clue what they're going through. Ngiyayithi kwesinye isikhathi mhlambe mangasane kuthiwa asiphile impilo yomunye umuntu noma omunye umuntu akaphile impilo yakho. Maybe some people will never survive a day. And only from there they may start to appreciate the things you do. These things are found in families. Toluguchi, your spouse does not really know what you go through. They presume you are okay. Utoluguchi, you've been taking care of the household, looking after the kids. You are a mother. You are a counselor. You are a therapist. You are an educator. You are a doctor. You are a reconciler. You are everything to your kids and to your family. And they expect to when they come back home, their clothes are washed, food is on the table. They expect to njoba besikoleni namhlanje i-uniform i-right. They expect njoba besikoleni namhlanje banemali banokudla. They expect ukuthi badropwe esikoleni They expect ukuthi mabebuya ntambama ubalande. They expect ukuthi kube khona ukudla. They expect ukuthi ama demands asesikoleni mabebuya nawe mom will be superwoman, superhero. And no one else is supporting you. Well, maybe financially they are. But wait till you get sick. And they are supposed to do what you do. And what I've said about the mother, I say for the father. Because there's some parents, some fathers are hands-on in everything. But wait till you get sick. And your other spouse, your other friend, your other partner need to chip in. When you've been doing this for years, and Bona, you just say, okay, I'm sick, I'm in a hospital, or whatever, or I'm bedridden, or whatever, and you just ask them to hold the fort. How many are able to do it? And ila abanye masebehluleka babuye beze kuwena bathi, I'm sorry, Sithandwa Sami, I took you for granted. I'm sorry, I never really knew what it meant to be you in this family. I never really knew what it meant to be you in this family. There's a lot esingayiboni nesitshela ukuthi siyayibona. Kodwa as we grow older, we become aware of certain truths abazali bethu ababesifihlela wona. Ukuthi kanti ukuba mdala yinto enje, kanti ukufuna ukuba nabantwana yinto enje, kanti ukufuna ukuzimela yinto enje. And you soon realize it's not an easy life for some people. Life is a gift. And Martha says, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. And how many of us could say the same? If you had showed up, we wouldn't be where we are. If you meant up, we wouldn't be where you are. If you had done your duty as a wife, we wouldn't be where you are. If you have done your duty as a husband, you wouldn't be where you are. If you had done your duty as a parent, as a child, we wouldn't be in this mess. And how many of us sit with that heaviness in our hearts? Ukuthi but mfethu, if you had done your part. Uyamazi umuntu okuthe mehola ngoNovember nangoDisember wakhuluma naye wathi mfethu ungakhohlwa njalo izingane zesikoleni asibekeni imali. Ngicela ukubekela athi kuwena ayinokhuleka mfowethu, imali khona ayikhuleka Sithandwa Sami ukuthi khona ayikhuleka sibanibani ukuthi khona. Wafika uJanuary, namhlanje ingane ayibuyelanga esikoleni. Namhlanje ugijimisa okohlanya. It's not ukuthi lo muntu ngoDisember bengenayo imali. Ube throw ama party la ekhaya right left and center. Ube hamba ama vacations lo muntu right left and center. And now uyambuza ukuthi but sibanibani, why can't you just show up? Why can't you just do your part of the bargain? Yini lena ekuhlulile ukuthi uwenze lokho bekufanele ukwenza. Namhlanje ingane iyanga esikoleni iyabuza iyakhala ukuthi zonke ezinye izingane zesikoleni indaba mina ababangayi esikoleni, indaba mina mangayi esikoleni. Ufuna ngithini kubantu bakho? Ufuna ngithi hayi abantu abami ubaba wenu usuke wathi ufuna ngithini? There's a lot written in this word. If you had been here, my brother would not have died. If you had listened, we wouldn't be in this mess. If you had not invited so and so in our marriages, ngabe namhlanje asidivorcile. If awuvumelanga abantu bakini bamenglisha nomshado wethu, ngabe namhlanje asidivorcile. Ukuba uvumelanga abangani bakho baphatha impilo yakho, ngabe namhlanje mina nawe sihleli ndawonye as a husband and a wife. Ukube awuvumanga ukwenza into engakhuza ukuthi uyenze, ngabe namhlanje asikho kule nkinga khona. Umuzi umzali engene ebona ingane yakhe ilimele, athi mntanami kodwa ukube wangilalela, ngabe namhlanje awugijinyiswa amaphoyisa ngebhamu. Ukube mntanami wangilalela, ngabe namhlanje awulele phansi ukhubazekile unje. Ukube mntanami wangilalela, bese kuthiwa umzali nenhliziyo embi. Kanti ukube ngalalela. That's what Martha says. If you had been here, if you had listened, this will not have been the reality. Now let's jump on as we continue. Jesus says, your brother will rise again. Because Martha had said, if you had been here, but even now I know that whatever you ask God, God will give to you. Jesus said to her, your brother will rise again. Martha said, I know that he will rise again in the resurrection of the last day. Jesus said, I am the resurrection and the life and the truth. Whoever believes in me, though he dies, shall live and overcome. And everyone who lives and believes in me shall never die. Do you believe this? And Martha says, I believe that, Lord. I believe that you are the Christ. I believe that he is coming, but my brother is dead. Now in verse 28, something beautiful happened. When she had said this, she went and called her sister Mary. When Martha had dealt with Jesus, she went and she called her sister Mary and spoken to her in private, the teacher is here and is calling you. And when she heard that, she rose quickly and went to him. Now Jesus had not yet come into the village, but was still in the place where Martha had met. Ujesu remained outside the village, and Martha went and called Mary. And when the Jews who were with her in the house, who were consoling, saw that Mary had risen quickly to go out, they followed her, because they thought she was going to the tombs, to the grave. Now when Mary came to where Jesus was, she saw him, she fell at his feet, and she said to him, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would have died. Verse 33, when Jesus saw her weeping, and the Jews who had come with her were also weeping, he was deeply disturbed. He was deeply moved in his spirit. He was deeply distressed. And he said to her, where have you put him? They said to him, Lord, come and see. Verse 35, and Jesus wept. Martha goes and calls Mary. And Mary leaves, but she doesn't live alone. She lives with the Jews. And it's no longer Mary crying alone. It's the Jews who are crying with her, feeling a pain. And this is a different dimension for me. As they are crying, and Jesus sees their pain, and he weeps again. He's moved. Asimcela uNkulunkulu never to become so hard that we are not moved by other people's plight. never be so hard that I'm not moved by someone else's pain. We must ask God for that. That I must never be so hard in my heart that I'm not moved anymore by anyone's pain. People's pain must move us. People's difficulties must move us. I feel it's dangerous when I'm no longer touched by the plight, by the suffering of someone else. Ukuthi seyayifanela nokuthela amanzi emhlane wedada. That's dangerous. Ukuthi sengahlala ngiplane the destruction of someone else's life. That's dangerous. Jesus is moved when he sees Mary crying and the heaviness in her heart, and when he sees the pain in the eyes and the hearts of the Jews, the consolers, and Jesus is moved. Yabona khona isigaba esifika empilweni when you say, but you don't deserve this. Akuyona indaba yakho, akufuni wena lokho, kodwa ubuntu kuwena buyakutshela ukuthi, but you don't deserve this. You don't deserve this. Akekho umuntu who deserves to be treated like this. Akekho umuntu who deserves such a treatment. Noma ngathiwa umubi kangakanani emehlweni abantu, noma ngathiwa uwone kangakanani, noma ngathiwa usephutheni kangakanani, but you don't deserve this. Ngegama likaYise benendodana nomoya ocwebileyo. Amen.